Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Health Check, where you have the opportunity to check in on you. I am your host, Dr. Vanessa Bolling. Come on in, like, share. Let's get the information, the accountability out there, and let's ensure that our bodies remain in health. Health Check is sponsored by Kingdom Health Connections, where it is a health promotional resource center where it's all about cultivating a culture of health, wellness, and healing for you and the entire family. So, this month, as you can see, it's all about Healthy Vision Month. And this pertains to you as adults, you as teens, and it also pertains to children as well. So, come in, check in on you today, check in also on behalf of your family, and let's start some new culture things in our homes to make sure that our eyes remain in good health. As you may know, we need our eyes. We need our eyes to see. We need our eyes to be able to do things, do tasks, fulfill purpose, if you will. We need our eyes. So we also need our eyes to remain in good health. So this is an opportunity for you to check in, for you to tune in on you, do your self-awareness check, see how you're doing when it comes to your health. This is all about health promotion, health education, and I pray that you're blessed this morning. We need our eyes. And we're going to be talking about, I will be talking about rather, healthcare tips for our eyes. So the first tip I'm going to be talking about is getting our annual eye screenings. Our eye health is so important, and we just need to make sure that we check in on our eyes. Just as we get the check engine light on our vehicles, as we check in on everything else, we also want to check in on our eyes to make sure our eyes are in good health. During the annual eye screenings, that's an opportunity to check eye pressure to make sure glaucoma isn't present. Let me give you a picture of what glaucoma can look like. So we see the normal vision on the right, and we see the vision that's affected by glaucoma on the left. And glaucoma is it's just where the pressure in the eye gets higher and higher and higher. It starts to compress on the optic nerve. The optic nerve is the nerve that's in the eye that feeds to the brain so it can begin to communicate information to the brain. Well, if there's a lot of pressure in the eye and it's backing up, pressing on that optic nerve, guess what? Individuals can actually lose their vision as a result of glaucoma. Why? Because it causes so much optic nerve damage as a result of the pressure. So, eye exams help to screen the pressure in the eye. Eye exams also help to check visual acuity. So, how well you're doing with vision it from a distance, close up and from a distance. Eye exams, as you know, if you've had an eye exam, I've had my eye exam, contact exam. It's usually along along the same lines, and it helps to test also our visual fields. So our peripheral vision, to make sure our peripheral vision is intact. So we want to make sure that our eyes are in good health by having our annual eye exams. Annual eye exams also check for retina health. This is important, especially if certain chronic conditions are present currently right now. We want to make sure our retina remains in good health, because all of that gives information to our brain so we know how to respond and how we know how to act. Sometimes we can tend to look over the eyes as if eyes aren't important, but eyes are very important because it gives us the ability to do what it is that we need to do. So we want to make sure that we keep up with our annual eye exam. So if you have not kept up with your eye exam, go ahead and make your appointment. Usually it's once a year. For some individuals, it's every 6 months. For some, it's every 3 months, depending on what your individual needs are. So get your eyes checked. Also, the second tip I want to share is blood pressure control, blood sugar control. Why is this so important? Well, if our blood pressure is high, it can begin to cause damage to the vessels, the arteries, the veins in our eyes, and cause hypertensive retinopathy. So there's a lot of visual changes that happens with that, blurred vision, sometimes even eye pain as well. And blood sugar control and maintenance is extremely important. Why? Because of diabetic retinopathy, there's an increased risk of cataracts. There's an increased risk of glaucoma too, as well, if blood sugars are out of control. So we want to make sure that blood sugars are in control. I just want to provide some visual aid for those visual viewers that are out there to see what cataracts look like. So let me actually bring this down here so you can see a little bit better. So you can see normal vision, you can see cataract vision, and worsening cataract vision on the far, far left. So we see what normal vision look like, but with an individual who may have cataracts, what it can also look like as well. And what are cataracts? Cataracts are where the lens in the eyes becomes cloudy. So it makes vision very, very cloudy. So it's not enjoyable to have that type of a vision. So we want to make sure that our eyes remain in good health by keeping up with our eye exams, keeping up with blood pressure and blood sugar control. Whether you have diabetes, whether you have hypertension or not, it's important to make sure that our blood pressure stays in a good range for us to make sure that there's no eye damage as a result. Something else that we want to keep in mind, applies to children as well as adult, wearing sunglasses. Now we know that wearing sunglasses, it looks good with our style. It looks good with whatever we may be wearing. And a lot of the times we just think sunglasses is just for, a stylish look or for our presentation or for our preferences for what we wear. But wearing sunglasses is also important for our eye health. When there's direct sun contact to the eyes, say it's a really hot, sunny day, and there's constant direct sunlight to our eyes, what that can begin to do to our eyes is it can start to cause some changes to our vision or our eye structure altogether. It can increase the risk of macular degeneration. Sun damage can cause that to the eyes, so it can increase the risk of macular degeneration as well as cataracts as well. So let me give you a visual of what macular degeneration can look like. I was excited about this picture because when I was in school and we were learning these things, this was the exact same picture that was used. So we see what normal vision looks like, but with macular degeneration, we see this kind of like this hole in the middle of the vision, and it's hard to see clearly as a result. So we want to make sure that our eyes remain in good health to prevent vision damage. And one of the ways we can do that is by wearing sunglasses as well. So the next tip today is to wear protective eyewear. Protective eyewear is important for adults in your job as well as for children with sports. So wearing protective eyewear, sometimes it can be so annoying. Sometimes if you're sweating, it can start to fog things up. But wear the protective eyewear so it can prevent eye injuries. And that's the whole idea with wearing protective eyewears, to prevent eye damage. Not smoking. Quit smoking. Abstain from smoking. This is for our teenagers, our young children. This is for adults too as well. If you are smoking, I encourage you to begin the process of abstaining from that, quitting it. No longer, no more. Let that be we're in the second half of the year. Let that be the goal between now and the end of the year. It has negative implications for your vision. What can it do? When you smoke, it can cause increased damage to the eye. It can increase your risk of cataracts, macular degeneration. You've already seen those pictures as well. Increase your risk also for glaucoma. And that, you may be thinking, I'm just talking about nicotine. I'm not just talking about nicotine today. I'm also talking about marijuana, weed, whatever you want to call it, Mary Jane, whatever you want to call it. Marijuana has also, there was a study, I was looking at it, that had shown that marijuana actually did start to cause some optic nerve damage and increase the likelihood, or I'm sorry, not optic nerve damage, it caused retinal damage, increase the likelihood of vision loss and vision or eye disease rather. So I'm talking about marijuana too as well, nicotine as well as marijuana, cigars, all of these things incorporate that. This can cause vision problems. So We know our eyes are important, so let's keep that in mind. When we're also talking about eye health, I'm also talking about making sure we take good control and take care of our contact lenses too as well. We want to prevent eye infections. We want to make sure that we're not having recurrent infections. We want to make sure we're disposing our contact lenses regularly if they're disposable. We're taking care of the contact lenses if we're keeping them for a period of time. Washing our hands before we put our contacts in. Seems very simple, seems very simplistic, but believe it or not, sometimes if we're tired, we kind of cheat the system. We don't do all the proper steps that we need to make sure that our eyes don't get infected and take care of our contact lenses. Sometimes there's a rip and there's a tear in our contact lenses, and we're still putting it inside our eyes, and our eyes are watering. Why are my eyes watering? And then maybe we have eyeliner on for females, eyeliner on, maybe we got some mascara on top of all of that. And then we wonder why our eyes are always red, why our eyes get tired easily. Well, let's pay attention to what we're doing with contact lenses. Contact lens health is a total different topic too as well. Well, as I'm starting to wrap up here, good nutrition, exercise, and hydration is super duper important to our eye health. If you may notice the common theme in all of the lives that I do, it always includes exercise. It always includes good nutrition, balanced nutrition, staying hydrated, good sleep. All of these things are important. I didn't put that as a point, but good sleep as well is good for our eye health. It reduces eye strain. But all of these things, it's a consistent theme throughout. And guess what? All of them, you and I can do it. You and I can do it. We need to make sure that we are eating well, making those changes little by little by little. Why? Because it helps with our blood pressure, it helps with our blood sugar, and exercise, it helps manage our blood sugar, manage our blood pressure, helps with our emotional health, helps also with sleep. And this all in turns helps with our eye health and staying hydrated. When we're dehydrated, that can cause excessive watering in the eyes. Why? Because the body is so wonderfully and beautifully designed that if your eyes are dry, if you're dehydrated, the body knows exactly what to do. Whatever stores of hydration it can get to begin to lubricate the eye again, it's going to do that before you lose your vision. Our bodies are so wonderfully made, and we want to make sure that we keep it in the right environment to do exactly what it needs to do. So staying hydrated and getting good hydration, making sure we're not dehydrated, that can lead to dry eyes and all the other cascades of events in the eyes too as well. So this is muy, muy importante. Very important. So I have a long list here of nutritional aids for eye health, which help to prevent and slow down the progression of eye disease. Again, I want to put this disclaimer out there that this is not to medically inform what you should do. This is just for educational information. You want to be aware of what's happening with you first, maybe even consult even with your primary care provider too as well, because these things, sometimes they can interact with what you may be taking if you're on anything. Now, granted, these things, these vitamins, these nutrients, these minerals here, they're in what we eat. So what I'm referencing mainly is the supplementation. So let's keep that in mind. So vitamin A, vitamin E, C, B1, B2, B3, B6, B9, B12, all of these have some wonderful names. Lutein, zeaxanthin, omega-3 fatty acids. All of these are important for producing and promoting eye health. Let me share with you some common places where you can get these nutrients, these vitamins. Our yellow, our orange, and our green veggies can help with that. And keeping that in mind, omega-3 fatty acids, a lot of the times that can be found in nuts, seeds as well. That can be found in salmon and tuna as well. So you kind of hear the general theme yet again. These are vitamins, these are minerals that can be found in a well-balanced, usually a whole a plant-based eating structure. You usually can get these vitamins to help promote eye health, to slow down eye disease progression too as well. So again, back to that good balanced nutrition, which is super duper important. These foods also include antioxidants. These vitamins also include antioxidants, which is so important for reducing the likelihood of macular degeneration, of glaucoma, retinal disease, and all of the common eye health conditions. So let's keep this all in mind. So the health tip for the week, let's take care of our eyes through good hydration, through exercising, through getting good sleep, through good nutrition that is balanced. We're staying hydrated. We're eating our yellow, our orange, as well as our green fruits and veggies to promote good health. We're managing our blood pressure. We're making sure it remains in a good range. Our blood sugars as well, whether you've been diagnosed with something or not, this is for you. It's all about cultivating culture of health, wellness, and healing for you. We can begin to heal our bodies by getting in the proper order for our bodies, obeying the natural laws of our bodies so that our bodies can begin to function the way that they were designed, and we can be in good health and we can prosper. So today we have the decision today between life and death, blessings and curses. I call on all of heaven to witness the decision today that you and I make. Oh, that we would choose life, so not only we would live, but our descendants would live as well. That includes our children, our spiritual children, and our children all abroad, whoever we're mentoring, whoever we're discipling, that includes them. So let's choose life. Go ahead and put hashtag I choose life and put how you're going to choose life. I choose life with balanced, well eating, exercise, which I'm going to do after this, as well as keeping up with my hydration. Sometimes we go through waves. Sometimes we're doing well. Sometimes we're not doing so well. Well, guess what? The more we practice it, the more it becomes a lifestyle, the more it becomes our culture, our way of being. And good health is the culture of our King, which is our Lord Savior, Jesus Christ. So if we want to inherit good health, if we want to fulfill our purpose in good health, and we're not leaving out of this world before our time, and every promise that is due us is manifested in this earth, we've got to choose life today. So I encourage you, I implore you today, choose life. I told you how I'm choosing life today and continuing to choose life. So as always, I'll see you again here on Facebook Live, YouTube as well. You can go there, like, subscribe as well. And I'll see you again here on Facebook Live, YouTube next week, Tuesday, 9 a.m. Be blessed in the Lord and be encouraged. Bye-bye.